My life today doesn't look anything like I thought it was going to look. Not even months ago, definitely not years ago. The world's changing. Maybe you can relate. Life's different. When I was growing up, my name is Zach Santmeyer. If we haven't met, I'm the owner of the Trumble Insurance Agency. Originally from Virginia, living here in Michigan now. I love it. Beautiful part of the country. When I was growing up, in kindergarten for that homework assignment, you probably had the same homework assignment. You wrote down, what do you want to be when you grow up? Mine was not an insurance agent, believe it or not. I don't know if anybody has ever written down insurance agent for their kindergarten project. And maybe you can relate to that you had a dream career, what your life was going to look like, and now what's going on? Like, what is happening in your life? Why are you not in that career? For me, it was a pastor. I thought I was going to be a pastor, and my dad's a pastor. Some people grow up in the church. I grew up in the church, like in the four walls of the church. That's what it's like to be a PK, a pastor's kid. And so that was what I thought my life was going to look like. And I went to school to be a pastor. I got a biblical education. I thought that was the trajectory of my life, but I fell into insurance. I say fell into, I think God has a plan for us, right? But I got into insurance, a very different career. And I remember, telling my parents and telling some of my friends and my family, and I was getting into insurance, and there's just there's this look like, what? Like insurance? Like you were going to be a pastor, you were going to maybe write books and speak or pastor a church, and now you're going to sell insurance? Like it almost couldn't be more different, right? And as I was getting into it, I really struggled with that. And maybe you can relate. Maybe you're in a job right now that you didn't picture. Maybe your life circumstances are completely different than what you thought they were going to be even a couple months ago. And now you're sitting there and people say make lemonade out of lemons, and you're like, dude, I don't even know how. Like, where do I start? Like the lemons are just freaking everywhere. They're rolling on my floor. They're rolling in my home office that I never wish I had, right? And you hear the make lemonade out of lemons thing, and it kind of, for lack of a better word, has a sour taste. If that's you right now, I can relate. And really quickly, what I found in my industry and my job was I had to focus on how I did business, not about what I did, right? The what's of life change. I think you can relate. When I talk to all of my team, people on my team, when I talk to our clients, when I talk to people like yourself, the what's of their life change. Like what they do changes all the time. But how they do it, that has the ability to actually change the world. And so I started focusing in our business on the hows. How do we do business? How do we treat people with dignity and respect? How do we let people know that they're kings and queens by working with us when they're buying a home and an auto policy, right? And so we started focusing on the hows, and immediately I started finding gratification and satisfaction from my job. And I started, not just for me, but for my team. Like we now were living with a purpose. Like we wanted to serve people in a new way, and it brought new life to us individually. So wherever you're at right now, I just want to encourage you, like maybe the what of your life is not what you thought it would be, all right? You're not living the life you thought you were going to live. But let me encourage you, focus on the how. Focus on how you're doing things. Focus on how you're serving other people, even if it's just your kids or your spouse in your house. And for me, that brings so much gratification when I know how I'm doing something is really impacting somebody. When I'm treating someone like a king and a queen, when I'm treating someone like $1 million, because that's how valuable they really are, right? And so whatever you're doing, I want to encourage you today. We sell home and auto insurance here. I wanted to introduce us and our business, but I also just wanted to shoot this video for you to encourage you. Like, listen, all hope is not lost. The world is different, it's going to change, and what you do, what I do, what all of us do is going to continue to change. But how you do it has the ability to change the world. So take heart. You can make lemonade out of lemons. You can. You can pick those lemons up that are scattered all over your basement floor, and you can make lemonade out of it. Just focus on the how you're doing it. I hope we get to meet soon. If I can help in any way, please reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you. Thanks so much for taking a second to learn about us and about what we do, and please be encouraged. The world's going to get better, and focus on the how. That's going to really encourage you and bring life to you. We'll see you soon. Bye.